Hey guys, welcome to tonight's homework help. Okay, let's look at what we got some of the problems for homework number 8. Alright, remember we talked about in class today, we were looking at one solution, no solution, infinite solution, linear equations. Alright, if we just kind of recap real quick, let's look at, if we talk about one solution, remember we have something that looks like an answer is going to come out to be x equals 4. Anything with a number equals a variable. Okay, no solution, remember, is a symbol with O with a line through it. Okay, no solution is going to come out to where I don't have any number that I can put on the left side that I can also put on the right side that will make this equation true. So what we have is you'll come out to be something like 3 equals 4. Okay, remember these are always going to be false statements. Okay, infinite solutions. Okay, remember it's the infinite symbol. Okay, but it's not infinity, it's infinite. Okay, so we're looking at something like 4 equals 4. We're looking at somewhere that's always going to be true. So 4 is always going to be true, so my left side is equal to the right side. Okay, let's kind of look at how we set this problem. But remember, my first steps are, remember, use distributive property to clear parentheses, combine your like terms on the same side of the equation, then move your variables to one side, your numbers to the other, and then finally divide by the number in front of the variable. That will help you solve for that equation. Let's do the first one together. After this, you can work them on your own. All right, so if I do this first, remember step 1 says clear with parentheses with distributive property. So remember, I'm going to multiply everything on the outside, inside, times 3. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, and then 3x plus 11. Okay, now if you look here, we see I have the same variable on both sides, so those guys will actually cancel out, and then you're left with 12 equals 11. Now, if you look at this one, that's a statement that can never be true. That's always going to be false, so my answer here is no solution. All right, problem 2. I'm not going to do this one for you, but we'll kind of start you out. Remember, you got to clear it with parentheses, with distributive property, and then you're going to combine your like terms. Okay, be very careful when you start here. And remember, this is a positive times a negative. Okay, and then be awful careful here when you get this answer. You're going to have to watch your signs because you're going to have the same sign. Remember your integer rules. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's set it up for you. So if we have, 4 times 8 would be 32. 4 times negative 2 is minus 8x minus 7x is 5x minus 28. All right, so then we go circle, and we go box, box, another box, and another circle. Okay, now this is what I was talking about right here. If you notice, that's a negative 8 and a negative 7. Remember your integer rules, same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract the smaller from the larger, keep the sign of the larger number. Okay, this side is a little bit different, just simply for the fact that it is reversed. But still, do the same steps here. Okay, clear your parentheses. Remember, that's going to be 8x plus 40. And then this left side, I didn't do anything to. Then minus 2m minus 2. And remember, if you want to rewrite this, rewrite it, put in your variables together, and then put in your constants together. Okay, all right. So work those and see what you get. One of them's going to be, should be one of each type. One solution, no solution, infinite solution. All right, this last one, number 4, excuse me. If you look, we're going to put this in correct scientific notation. Remember, that means we're going to have one number in front of the decimal. So we need to move this decimal somewhere to we only have one non-zero number in front. I will help you out. Remember, this number is smaller than 1, so whatever you get for your coefficient, remember your exponent is going to be negative. All right, the distance from the Earth to Saturn. Okay, remember your decimal in this case, this time is here, and you need to move it to where there's one number in front. And this time, since this number is way bigger than 1, our exponent is going to be positive. Now you just got to fill in this part and your exponent. Same thing up here. You fill in this part and your exponent. All right. How many times greater? Remember, we saw this word right here. This word ought to tell you automatically this becomes a division problem. Okay, you're going to divide this number. I don't mind helping you set it up. 1.88 times 10 to the 9th divided by 3.76 times 10 to the fifth. Remember, exponent rules say divide the coefficients, subtract exponents, and then check to make sure it's in correct scientific notation. I will give you a hint. Since this since this coefficient here is smaller than this one is in the numerator, you're going to have to adjust your coefficient. So just be careful. Remember, if you move it to the right, subtract 1 from your exponent. If you move it to the left, add 1 to your exponent. Okay? All right, let's look at the back side real quick. Okay, this word jumps out at me automatically. So I know this should be 180 degrees. So remember, the definition of supplementary angles is two angles or more added together to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so really, if you think about this, this is really the same thing we did in class today, except now you got to put the numbers in and solve for the missing angle. Now please remember, I'm asking you two things: find the value of x and then find the measurement of each angle, which remember, you've got to plug the value of x back into each equation to find that one. Alright, I'm telling you here they're similar, so I don't need to see the proportion. All I want to know is the missing side length here. Well, I do need to see the proportion, I'm sorry. Okay, so remember this one and this one. So what I want to know is, what is the side length? So yes, you do set up your proportion. So proportion from this one to this one. Pay attention to your sides. Okay, and you should set it up proportionate sides to each other, corresponding sides. Okay, the next one, oh my goodness, this is a big one. Remember here, piggyback means to multiply. Let's write the word multiply. Okay, you're going to multiply, and then you're going to add. So when you finish this, you're going to multiply. Multiply. You're going to multiply first, and then you're going to add to get your final answer. And you're just going to have to look at here which one of these would match. All right. Same basis, I should be adding. Same basis, I should be adding. Same basis here, I'm going to be subtracting. Alright, so that kind of gives you a little hint what you should be looking for here. Alright, please pay attention here. Remember, we are doing piggyback. Remember, that means to multiply. Multiply all of these. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases. So you should have 5 rainbows. Alright, by the way, watch what this tells you. Okay, alright, so try those problems and talk to me tomorrow, and we'll go over them and we'll look at them, and any problems we'll discuss in class. Have a great evening.